Hello, and thank you for listening to the Get Out There podcast. My name's Billy Newman, and I'm here with Robert Biscarret. How you doing, Robert?
What's going on, Billy? Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're doing episode 6 here in the studio for this one. It's cool. Thanks for coming up. I think it's really cool, man. I'm glad you guys came up. We got to do some stuff this weekend, and we'll talk a little bit about it. Probably just talk about some other stuff, too. But it's cool, man. Thanks for coming up to do a podcast.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's nice to actually be in the studio and not trying to hear you through a cell phone.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we got to. I want to tighten it up a little bit, but I think it's pretty cool, even as it is that like we can do a recording, like put it up, put it out. It used to be so much harder than this.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's kind of nice that we have this option.
Yeah,
you know,
even as it is. Like I remember when I first started doing little podcast project stuff way back. Man, none of the pieces really worked well together.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was it was hard and expensive just to get things to get like multiple inputs into a computer to do all the engineering stuff that you needed to do, and then to get that like out and up onto the web. It was all such a pain, but it's a lot easier now, which makes it like way better for us to.
Yeah, I was watching
put
you
it together.
do some of that today, and I don't know, it just looked so much easier than what you had done in the past. Because I remember back in like 2008 when we were living together.
Yeah,
you're doing a lot of this, and it didn't seem that easy.
Yeah, it's a lot. It seems like it's a little bit easier now.
Yeah.
I had some of the same equipment. Like I think this mixer was the same. I think like I don't know, it's probably some of these cables.
We used that
the
mixer
same,
in our
for goodness.
studio for a while.
Yeah, I remember that, this little 4-channel
Yeah.
one. This has been around forever, but it's really cool. I'm glad we got
It's
this
great.
set up. No, it's fun. So you came out this weekend. We had it in mind to do a bunch of stuff on Saturday.
Yeah, we're gonna rage, go hard.
We did a good bit of stuff, which was cool. But I think, I don't know. The snow stopped us once.
Yeah, snow stopped
in
us
a bit. Maybe a BLM gate stopped us
a couple times.
It could have been that.
Yeah. The rain stopped us.
The rain, I think. The flood waters.
Yeah,
stopped us a little bit. But we really went through a lot of stuff, and I think it was pretty cool. So
we did. We left out of Eugene. What was the road we took out of Eugene? We headed north.
Yeah, we took off north out of Eugene, out toward Junction City, and I think we took like what would be like Prairie Road, something like that. It's one of the back roads that goes up beside 99, and then we went on from there to Ferguson, and so you go to like Junction City. I worked out there for a little while, and I've kind of gone up into those hills in that area around there, and it's cool. Dave and I had gone up, and we found different routes and different places that we can go. There's another set of places I want to take you to also that weren't in the same direction we were going yesterday. But yesterday when we took off, we went up to Junction City, took off, went on Ferguson Road, and it's interesting. It goes on for a while, and then you take a little cutoff, I think Grimes, something like that. There's this little side street, and it puts you on this backcountry road that's paved, and it just goes through I don't know, what is it? The coastal range? What's that mountain range there? It's probably not called only the coastal range.
Yeah, I don't.
Like
that's a great question. I kind of feel like
south.
a shitty Pacific Northwesterner for not knowing that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but at the beginning of the foothills of that coastal range is where we're kind of like starting to go through there, and it's cool how you see like the shape of the Willamette Valley.
Yeah.
So we kind of come through Junction City, where it's really flat, and then we pop up into those hills, and it just remains hills, like pretty much I think to the coast.
Okay.
Right? I don't know. I think it like goes on for a while, or like it goes on a bit and then drops off.
Yeah.
When you come into Newport, something like that over there.
I'm not real familiar with the area.
Yeah. So yesterday we took off. We went up onto Ferguson and we drove up there, and it's this paved road that like goes through the forest for miles. Really, it was probably
that was an awesome drive.
There's probably like 20 or 30 miles of like paved back road that you can just drive around on, which is
but then it has this like it splinters off,
all the time,
all these different logging access roads, which are really cool.
Yeah,
those are fun to explore,
and they go on forever too, or they go maze out into all sorts of different places, and a lot of them are open. Like when I'd gone up there before, there's a number of them that we've kind of jumped around between. And it's cool. You find like a few of them that like they connect, and you're like, oh, what? This road connects to this road?
Yeah.
It pops out. That's where this pops out? Oh, I had no idea.
No, that's why I like having that map in my truck, just sort of when you're going along. And I mean, if the roads are marked, but a lot of times they are, but you can kind of see it. It's cool because you're like, oh, I'll start out over here, and then all of a sudden, oh, this takes me on the back ridge over to this mountain. and then I can tie in with here, and then before you know it, like it's neat. There's that whole network of logging roadways up there
Yeah.
that are pretty much untouched. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, in the weekdays, I've noticed a few times where like there's like still the log trucks that are just ripping out
man, they're
on the mountains out
barreling down too. You got to be careful.
Yeah,
You're not in their way.
Yeah, or other people in trucks too. Like there's some people that are pretty mellow to get around you, but there's a lot of people that they'll just barrel right by. It's like this guy feels like a 1-lane road.
Yeah, because it is.
feels like a small forest road. We should probably be cautious on.
But yeah, people drive crazy up there. They just think they're probably the only person out there, and just
probably
just hauling.
Yeah, I understand. It's tough when you come around a quick corner or something. I guess I've been caught a couple times too, but it was cool. We took off, went up into those hills, and we went on for a while, and that took us up to a spot where we turned off and we went over to, what was that, Little Creek?
Oh, Triangle Lake.
It was over that way, but the lake was different, right? The lake that we saw yesterday, that was like Little Creek Lake.
Oh, something like that.
Little Pond Creek.
Little Pond Creek. Little bitty.
That doesn't sound quite right.
No.
But we stopped over, like the road just like dumped out right there.
Yeah.
At that little pond lake.
Yeah, that was weird. That was a lake, but I've never seen a lake that could have been the size of a pond. Also, it was just like I don't know at what size a pond becomes a lake and at what size a lake becomes a pond, but it was like that cut off.
Yeah. I want to go out there though. I passed by there a few times. I think I camped out there one time like years ago. It's a cool spot.
That chick was living there, man. She was just outside cutting firewood,
just barricaded for the month of March.
Yeah.
So we came down to the lake. We stopped there for a bit, and then you take off, and you're still on a paved road. We went up for a while on that, and then we tried out, and this would work perfectly in the summer. But we tried, and we took this mountain road that cuts off, and then goes up. It kind of switchbacks a couple times, raises an elevation, comes out to a really cool viewpoint. But that was cool. Like when we got up there, you look out.
Yeah.
Over that range.
That was super pretty up there. You were looking way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, from a few spots up there, you can look back. You can see some of the landmarks around Eugene, like was it like Spencer's Butte out there, like that taller one. You can kind of like see the notch in town. You see, I think like Diamond Peak out in the distance over there. You can see that over in the Cascades from that spot up there. But it's cool. Yeah, there's a couple things you can kind of eyeball from that spot. But I think we had camped at that spot too one time in the past. That spot.
Oh, that spot we got out, took pictures at and stuff.
Yeah. There's like a gate there where I think the road continues on, but that moves into private logging land.
Yeah.
Seems like it goes back and forth between like public lands.
Yeah, it did. We saw that sign coming into public land.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah, it was kind of strange, but it's a cool road up there. So we took that for a little bit further, went up in elevation, hit the snow line, where I guess snow still hasn't melted since the snowstorm we had on Monday.
Yeah, there was quite a bit up there.
There's quite a bit of snow on Monday. Even like it got the valley floor here a bit on Monday. So I wasn't super surprised to see it, but we just had a good bit of warm weather, so it just seemed like, oh yeah, snow's no problem. Now we'll just cruise around. So we went up there, and it might be that it was that gate that was locked, and that was the road that we were supposed to take that would have continued on.
Yeah.
And it might be that other road.
The one we went up and kind of got stuck a little bit.
Yeah, they got just snowed out a little bit. So, but either way, that either got snowed out, which it may have happened on the other side of that BLM road. It's probably why that.
Probably why it's up.
There's a few other roads that end up being closed around there. Like I think there's even one of High Pass Road, like just kind of like the road we were on yesterday, just the very beginning of it. There's one of those just down from that.
Okay.
And that has a gate on it.
Really?
This time of
just
year, yeah.
No winter travel?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's strange. It's like halfway up though. You can get halfway up.
Yeah.
And then there's a gate.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get to the other side. You're like, well, okay.
Yeah, it would be nice if they just put the gate at the beginning of the road so you don't drive half of the way to your destination and then go, oh, there's a gate.
Yeah. There's always been a lot of there's been a few of those out there. Well, in Southern Oregon, there was always gates because it would move back and forth to private and public property.
Yeah, exactly.
And like the little mountain roads that cruise around out there. But this was a pretty intricate network out there. I think a lot of it just fed a lot of the logging land.
Mm-hmm.
We've been out at it a couple of times. I remember we went out on a weekday. We went out to a landing where, like you were talking about, I think they had brought in a cat, built a road, and they just kind of pushed out everything.
Get those big slash piles going.
Yeah. And so there's this big landing that came out, but it was a really cool view. You see this big stretch, and you saw like these three big machines. Like, I don't know what they'd be. They're just these big like logging machines, just like picking up. Like, it's
stacking
like
onto the logging trucks.
Yeah, well, there was no truck there. They were just like making piles, but they're on this hill. It seemed like this pretty steep incline.
Oh, they can sit on a crazy grid. Like, I'd be so nervous to operate one of those.
It just seems nervous.
Like, when does the mud break free and you just tumble down 7,000 feet of the mountain?
Yeah, in your crane.
Yeah,
with a big claw, with a big
just
tree in
building so much momentum along the way down.
Well, we were watching them, and they looked almost like toys. They were so far away, but you could see them, just on the side of the hill. And they would like pick up the tree, like just the whole tree. They'd bring it up above them, and they'd set it down. But when they'd set it down, a lot of time they would just roll back down, or it'd slide back down. And you see him chasing it with the claw.
Yeah,
as the truck
grabbing
the tree
it back
is just
again,
rolling down to the next crane that's a little further down.
God, logging's such a dangerous job.
I would not want to do it at all.
Yeah. No thanks. Yeah, just way too many ways. Like, you just work, and all of a sudden you turn around and there's just an entire tree rolling at you. You're like, oh, bummer, didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about this.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's no fun at all.
No,
I wouldn't like it. But so we cruised on from there. We hit the snow line, we hit the fence. We had to turn around. We came back down the hill. We stayed on the back roads there pretty much, because that was kind of like half the goal, right? Was to stay a little bit on like the back.
On the white roads.
Some kind of back road, yeah, as much as you could on that side. In fact, we should talk about later of like different bigger trips or something you could do like that. That we turned around, came back down, stayed on the road, stayed on that back road, cruised up to, I think, Monroe is where we came out.
Monroe, yeah.
Passed through like a couple tree farm properties that were out there.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of interesting to see. And then it was like 2-3 miles or something like that. Then we were on the road to Alsea. And
Alsea.
I think like a lot of people in Corvallis, the Eugene area, they've probably been to the Alsea Falls at some point.
I think so.
I remember hearing about it when we were in Corvallis together. And I think we probably had gone out there. Or maybe we not. I don't know. I can't remember.
I didn't go out there with you. I went out there with some friends that I was going out there fishing with at the time.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about some of those fishing stories. Because we brought out some fishing gear this weekend, but those conditions...
River was blown out, man. It was just
conditions were not
too much water going.
Yeah, that was weird to see. I wasn't surprised because we had so much snow melt just over the last couple of days,
and there was rain all week too, and then it snowed, and then it heated up, and it just a ton of water everywhere.
It was more than I had seen. Like,
yeah, I mean that was the most I'd ever seen it. It just, I almost didn't even recognize it. That's why when we got to the falls, I go, wow, this is a really impressive place.
Yeah, I've gone there in the winter a few times, and it's just it's like kind of a trickle. It's hardly a fall, really.
No, it is. And that's like I was telling you, like once I got to the bottom of it and looking up at it, I realized that I'd been here before, but there was so little water coming through, I was able to climb the rocks up and over.
Yeah. I remember just kind of hopping through as it just kind of trickled through, in mid-July when the water level's low.
Yeah. It's like a glorified water slide.
Yeah. It's hardly anything there. Yeah, there was just kind of puddled, stagnant water, and parts of it would just kind of flow over. It looked pretty, it was nice. It was fine, but it really goes down to almost a little trickle sometimes. And right now, it was just this huge.
Oh, it would have killed you in a heartbeat.
Absolutely,
if you had fallen
that was in an insane amount of flow.
Yeah, and just all the logs piled up at the bottom.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And just it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that made me concerned. I was like, I don't need to go that close.
Yeah, no, I know. Seriously, the ground's all wet and steep. You're just like, nah, I'll stand 15 feet away.
I'm gonna slip.
Yeah.
But it was cool seeing it like that. Yeah, it just not that impressive before.
Yeah.
But we went down the road just a little bit, and then you saw that spot that you had gone fishing before.
Yeah.
And we took off. We jumped down to like the spot where the river made a bend.
Yeah, I haven't been there since like 2010, 2011.
Yeah, tell me about those trips. So like, you guys went there to do, was it steelhead fishing at the time, or?
Yeah, we didn't know what we were fishing for at the time. We just like had bait and fishing rods and just go. But yeah, we would just go up there on the weekend, or we just call in sick to work or something and just
Nice.
just go up there. I don't have that employer anymore. I can talk about it. So yeah, we go out there, go fishing. And it was cool, man. We get up there right at daylight, start fishing all day. But that was the thing, man. Like the river, when we had gone and on all these trips, there was so little water in it that it was almost like a creek. I was telling Amber, when we were going up, I go, it's a neat river. It's a river, but I mean, you can walk across it, no problem.
Yeah.
I remember one time Tyler and I did walk across it, but, yeah. So anyway, there was just so much water. There was really no bank to fish from. I mean, cause
almost nothing. Yeah.
It's really canyon like in there. I mean, you're looking at like a 70% grade on either side of it. And it's just a lot of duff and fallen logs. And it's just really hard to navigate through their thick brush.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, this trip. And I mean, even if you could have gotten to a good spot, it was just like the water was so cloudy, from sediment, and it was just moving so fast that there was not going to be any fishing going on.
Oh man. Yeah.
But I have some fond memories of fishing that river.
Yeah. That's cool. Did you guys catch anything there?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Just rainbows and stuff. It was a lot of fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Man. But yeah, I don't know. I was doing some reading now that I've gotten more into fishing over the years. It's like but apparently the Alsea has a pretty decent winter steelhead run. So
oh really?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping to get into with any luck.
That'd be pretty cool.
But I mean, it'd be great to.
We should try it at least one other time if we can.
I want to. Yeah, this year's been really rough because it's like I'm finally all outfitted for all this stuff.
But also, busy.
But it's also just been like the wettest winter since like 1986.
Oh, it totally has. It really feels like a very wet. What is it? Really 86?
I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know. Okay, so let me put it this way: we had to cancel 7 fishing trips this year, so they haven't had to do that due to rain.
Right.
They haven't had to do that since 1986.
Oh wow.
So that's my reference to that.
That makes pretty good sense. Yeah. No, I kind of understand what you're saying. I remember, it seems like it's been like 20 years or so since we've had this much rain.
I mean, I remember wet winters as a kid and stuff, but I mean, this has just been, we were talking about it, man. Yeah. Just like, it's depressing now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm ready for it to, pick out of this. I hope it's lush this year.
Oh, I do too. Yeah. I hope it's a low fire year. Yeah. Like I don't want any big old forest fires during the summer.
Yeah.
So I hope that kind of did a number on that. I mean, we'll still get some. Yeah. Without a doubt.
But it'd be great though if it's a little nicer, a little wetter.
Yeah. I mean, today was great. Today was like such a nice day.
Oh yeah, today was great. I wish
breaking the weather.
Yeah, a bit. I wish we got to run out and do some stuff now, but
I know.
Yeah, we were just seeing how good our Gore-Tex rain jackets were.
They worked.
They worked pretty good. Yeah, I stayed pretty dry, but it was drizzling, or it'd come down for a bit. It'd come down pretty hard for a bit, then it would stop. That's like what my day at work is like too, because it's that same environment out there. And man, you're just walking around, and it's like, it's raining. Mm-hmm. Sprinkling and showering, and then it's gonna stop.
Then it stops, Then you're like,
okay,
doing your thing, and all of a sudden you're getting rained on again. Same thing with me, man.
Yeah,
it's just like I don't know. Like sometimes you just get so fed up with it. Like just make up your mind.
No,
rain or don't rain.
Yeah, and being outside in it and exposed to it, you're like, oh man, I could see this stopping. That'd be great.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was cool being out there on the bank and checking out some fish and stuff. I want to try and go back out there when it might be better conditions sometime, even if you guys come up sometime, a couple times in the springtime.
That would be nice. I'd enjoy that. Like, we're talking about maybe doing a trip on the 23rd, 24th.
Oh yeah, I want to try and go to Eastern.
I think East would be cool.
I think it'd just be dry, or that's what I kind of hope.
Yeah, that's my hope anyway. Like, get out of this just wet rainforesty environment for a little bit.
Yeah,
and just go somewhere. I don't even care if there's snow on the ground, but I just want to go somewhere that isn't raining for a while.
Yeah, I'd love to go out somewhere like that. We got to figure out some kind of trip to put together.
Yeah, well, we'll both do that. Like, we'll head home tonight, and I'll spend the week kind of looking over, because that's only like week after next, right?
Oh yeah, it is pretty.
It's
soon.
the 12th. That's only 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, it's a pretty short time away. Shoot, I'm trying to figure. Yeah, I want to figure something where we can be kind of self-contained in an area, or we can go to like a spot that's cool. Yeah, and I don't know, go out, set up a camp.
Yeah,
have it good for a day or two. What was it like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday sort of thing?
4 days.
Cool. Yeah,
I'll probably take off early on Thursday. get out to wherever we're going.
Yeah.
Set up shop. Wait for you guys to roll in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then bada bing, start the weekend.
No, that'd make a lot of sense. I think that'd be a really cool,
cool
start. Yeah, we gotta try and do something.
Yeah, man.
At least in March.
Getting itchy. Cool. I'm ready to get out. Get out there. Oh.
Let's see. So we made burgers yesterday.
We did.
Thank you, Robert.
Yeah,
you made burgers yesterday. I think it's what I mean.
We made like burgers that like were the equivalent of like 2 different meals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Those are huge.
It was an enormous meal. It's like
I think we all still have at least half a burger.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the fridge.
Insanely big. So tell me about that.
Okay. So is it my understanding that I brought up a couple pounds of wild venison.
Wild venison.
From a deer that I had taken a couple years ago in the Rogue Canyon area. The Rogue Siskiyou National Forest. But anyway, brought it up here, and we had venison burgers last night,
and they were great.
It was my understanding that you and Marina both hadn't had venison before.
I don't think we've had it. Yeah.
Was that your first experience with wild game in general, or
you know what? Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I think so. Probably.
It's a big day.
Oh, see. Well, I mean, you given me like some bear stuff before.
Oh yeah, I've given you bear.
It was a little bit processed, I mean,
it's just ground into like a sausage or something.
Yeah, but you get the flavor and stuff. So yeah, exactly. I've definitely had the bear stuff. I'm interested in like I'd eat anything, but really, there's not that much exposure that I've had of people that have a lot of
access
game
to wild game. Yeah,
and you can't really like buy it or
No, you can't buy it.
Yeah. So yeah, you have to have someone that has a store or has a stash of it.
Yeah. So what did you think?
It was great. I really enjoyed it. Okay. In fact, I thought it was really good. It was cool that because we could do a lot with that. Or,
yeah. Amber and I do stuff with it all the time. We do like spaghetti. We'll make like meatballs out of it. We do like meatloaf with it.
Yeah.
We make burgers, tacos. Like anything you would make with beef, you just make it with venison. It's the same. You can't really tell the difference.
Really,
yeah. I don't know. Something came out weird about him last night. In my opinion, I guess you guys wouldn't know the difference. So if I hadn't said anything, you guys would just be like, "Hey, this is what it tastes like." But it wasn't my favorite outcome of that.
Oh yeah.
As many times as I've cooked that was my least favorite.
So I had a great time eating it, man. I really enjoyed the burger. I got through about half of it though. No, I got through 3/4 of it.
Nice.
So I was going for it, but yeah, that was delicious, man. That was really good.
We did some homemade onion rings too.
Oh yeah,
those are pretty good.
the homemade onion rings were pretty killer. I dug that. That was fun.
Yeah, they're pretty easy too.
Yeah, I really like that recipe too. Just doing it like on the stovetop.
Yeah,
with batter and stuff. That was great. It wasn't like that messy either. Or like
it can be. It's just like you try not to be messy because it just turns into glue afterwards.
Ugh. But yeah, man, thanks for bringing up the wild game.
It's good. Absolutely.
So when did you get that deer?
I got that deer in 2015. Yeah.
And you said that was on the Rogue?
Yeah.
So what was that trip?
The Cast and Blast trip. We do a hunting fishing trip down there every year.
I think you told me a little bit about that.
So yeah, we do a fishing trip, and then you can't shoot from the boat or anything. You need to hunt from land.
Right.
But you boat your way down the Wild and Scenic Canyon, and then split off to do a little bit of hunting.
Yeah.
And that's where I got that buck. On the last day, I got a nice buck down there this year.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if I talked much with you, but it ended up, and they didn't specify what kind of parasite it had, but it was a parasite that apparently only like 1% of deer get.
Oh man.
And so it was a bummer, but I got a call from the Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Yeah.
And they just asked me questions about it. I ended up sending them the whole carcass to do as a study.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they offered to reissue me a tag so I could go out and hunt again. But I try to use it as like a sustainable food method.
Right.
Sure.
I understand.
But it's like I just didn't have the time, and I can still go to the grocery store. It's not like I'm living deep in the backcountry and I can't get out there, but I prefer to do it that way. But Yeah, that was kind of a bummer. I mean, yeah. So no deer this year. So we're
So you got the.
around I mean, I think I got like maybe one more pound of that deer
really?
from 2015.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Well, thanks for giving us some of the last.
Yeah, no problem. I figured I should share some of it since it's just
that was cool.
Been for our consumption. But yeah, hopefully this year you might even cruise out this year. We're gonna go east.
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna go east this year. We're not gonna do the canyon trip. Well, we're gonna do the canyon trip. We're just not gonna hunt.
Sure.
On it. But we're gonna go over east. I'm gonna do some mule deer hunting over there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Those guys are tough to hunt. They're a different animal.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be cool if you came over, did some camping with us at least.
I'd love to
get out there, hike around with us, and
I think it'd be a blast. It'd be really fun. I want some exposure with that too.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to go over and check it out.
Yeah, it's really neat, and it's honestly there's so much to learn from that. I mean, it's like I remember the first time I saw how everything worked. It's like, wow, I don't know. You kind of gain a respect for the way all that goes down.
Wow. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be really neat.
No, I'd love to do something like that. I want to do some hunting stuff with you. And I really want to do some other trips with you. Well, I guess coming up like in March, like we're talking about. We got to fill it in. Probably the rest of the summer. We'll try and do as many things as we can. But yeah, that'd be really cool. I want to do a hunting trip or something like that this year.
Agreed. We should do it. Well, what else did we do this week? We did that truck trip. Had venison.
Yeah. I don't know. That was a pretty solid set of things. Like
yeah.
That was part of our rendezvous up here. Outside of thinking about different stuff we can do for get out there stuff in the future.
Yeah. In fact, actually, new thing. We now have an email.
Oh yeah.
So for anybody that may be listening, if you want to, like, I don't know, I think it'd be great. Like, if any listeners want to send in feedback, have questions, anything like that. Get a hold of us. It's getouttheirepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
All one word, no underscores or anything like that. Come check it out. Get a hold of us. Give us something you want to talk about. I mean, we'd love to hear your input or thoughts. And
no, I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, I really want to make use of that email a little bit. And yeah, we had one for one of our other podcasts that we were putting together. We got a couple people that emailed. It was crazy too. It was like from Australia. Or like from Europe, there's one, and you're like, whoa, weird. Like somebody picked it up, just
like somebody's driving around on the left lane across the country listening to the podcast.
Yeah, listen to me talk about silly outdoors things in Oregon. Yeah, thanks, whoever that might be. But yeah, no, it's been fun doing this podcast. And I think it'd be really cool if people are able to email in with topics or questions or something like that they're interested in. Like I'd know anything about it if they did.
Well, hey, no, I mean, but I think the cool thing about that is, we know a lot about recreating in the Northwest, right? So, I mean, by people kind of getting in touch with us and maybe asking questions about their area or things,
I'd love
or
to
just
hear
even
about
telling us things that they do in their area would be cool. And it kind of forces us to kind of, research into what's going on over there. Yeah. So I like the idea of getting us out of the Northwestern region.
Yeah, I know we were so like super focused on that.
It's like, it's just where we are, it's where we've grown up and there's so much to explore.
Yeah, I really want to do that. I think it'd be cool. And yeah, definitely if there is ever anybody to send us an email about it, that'd be fun. It'd be cool to see. So what was it? One more time.
Get out there podcast at gmail.com.
Get out there podcast at gmail.com. That's
Correct.
cool. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
And thanks for putting that together too.
Yeah, no problem. And you got some stuff going on too.
Put together a YouTube page.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So I think you can go to the Get Out There podcast channel and you can see a version of this podcast loaded up to YouTube. So everybody can see it up there. I think it's just a way to lead stuff back to here. But if you want to check it out there, you can.
Yeah, and in the future, I think we'll have. And that's another thing too. I think when we do like this trip next couple weeks,
like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring my camera. I there's gonna be a lot more exploring and things like that going on. I think it's kind of neat. We could document some of that.
We'll document a bunch.
Yeah,
I try and take pictures a lot when we go camping, but we'll do as much as we can to document some stuff and put up some pieces about, I don't know, whatever we're doing. It'll be fun.
Do we have a Facebook or are we in the process?
We haven't put it together yet. We're kind of doing the slow burn. 10 episodes. One of those.
Yeah.
We'll put it as a milestone.
Exactly. Yeah. 10 episode milestone.
The 10 episode milestone.
You heard it straight from the mouth of Billy Newman.
Yeah.
Episode 10. Facebook.
It'll be pretty quick. We can throw one together, and it'll be good though. We can put up some stuff, and
yeah,
you can run it.
Pictures from trips. Hey, I know how to use Facebook.
Yeah. Well, no, get in there. You can conversate with all the outdoors people.
I think it's cool. Yeah. The more people we get involved, I mean, the more topics there are to discuss, you know, and
it's a slow grow.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be a good idea.
But yeah, that's kind of what I originally envisioned when we're talking about this years ago. Was just kind of like, I mean, I think the original idea of Get Out There was to have a place where people could just share stories of things that they've done and
I remember you talking
get feedback, bounce off each other of like different places to go, what weather's like in areas, just kind of like an information center for outdoor recreation.
Yeah, I like the idea of giving people more information about outdoor recreation stuff. And
yeah, I mean, you can find all that anywhere online if you want, but it's just
it's ways to Google it. But we have our take on it. We got
our own take, which is neat.
So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Or we'll talk a lot about that over the time of doing the podcast and stuff.
Very cool.
It'll be cool. But Robert, thanks a lot for coming up and going out doing some stuff. We'll probably talk about it more in the future. We're just doing a quick episode today. Thanks for listening through our hour-long ones, which might be close to the standard, I think.
I kind of like the hour-long ones. They just kind of seem to flow better.
Yeah, I like it. I like working through a couple stories and stuff. I think it's been fun. So yeah, I think we'll be hitting the 50 minute to an hour mark. But today we're wrapping up a little close, and we're going out to do some last minute stuff and hang out. But yeah, Robert, thanks a lot for doing a bit of a podcast. It's cool.
No problem. Thank you. From the studio of Billy Newman. Thank you guys for listening.
The Billy Newman photo studio. Yeah. So yeah, Robert, thanks a lot. On behalf of Robert Biscarret, my name is Billy Newman, and thanks a lot for listening to this episode of the Get Out There podcast.